Good morning, Brian. Behind the badge, it was a very dark day, the day that record-breaking storm system came through Bossier Parish, heck, the entire Arklatex. But we've got a little bright. This is the dawn. This is Bossier Fire District 4. This is EMS. So every emergency call that comes into Bossier Parish comes here. Robbie, let's talk about, you're in command.
Yes, sir.
You get the calls. It's got to be chaotic. You're getting calls from everywhere.
Everywhere, and people are coming up word of mouth telling us that they have family members trapped. They're trying to get somewhere. They haven't heard from this particular person. So we were already on East Linton. We were trying to chainsaw our way to a location where.
Now, I want to mention the roads were blocked by trees.
Yes, sir.
So you guys, as fire department folks, got to cut those trees, right? And you had some owners who were helping.
We had homeowners that showed up with chainsaws and heavy equipment that were helping us out. I mean, we're not in the tree business, but when it comes to people's lives and property, we get in the tree business real quick.
Amen. Okay. So you're cutting your way through.
Yes, sir.
You're sending your people to where you think they need to be.
Yes, sir.
And at some point, you get word that there's someone who has passed away.
We were told that there was a possible DOA with some children involved.
Okay.
And we were not even 3 houses from that location. So we immediately sent people that were already working their way that way. We sent them to that area.
Okay, so you had firefighters that actually went into the mobile home on East Linton Street. They find the mother that has been killed by a fallen tree, and then there are two young kids. Steve, that was your truck right there. The kids are actually brought out to you. Is that correct?
Kids are brought out to me by one of the firefighters after being extricated.
All right, and then you take them to these two paramedics, right? Tell me what you saw, what you did.
We were just met with the two children, both crying, screaming, asking about their mom. So we just loaded them up into the truck, checked them out, tried to calm them and comfort them as much as possible, tend to their injuries, and get them to the hospital as quick as we could.
Same thing?
Absolutely, yes, sir. He was looking after the younger of the two. I looked over the older one, made sure that there was no life-threatening injuries that we could tell, and then jumped up front and took him to LSU.
But this entire group here, these are all paramedics, members of the Shreveport Fire Department. They're over there hiding away. And Robbie, I know Chief Wallace and you are very proud of the way this fire district and these paramedics responded to this emergency.
It's a well-oiled machine. We all may wear a different uniform and a different badge, but at the end of the day, we're serving the citizens. And everybody has their own unique skill set, but we're able to bring those skill sets together, and it works perfectly.
It really did. You probably responded to that situation with the mobile home within 10 minutes. And that's cutting through trees, driving or walking through power lines, all of that. Within 10 minutes, you're on scene.
Yeah.
That's it's just an incredible thing. Again, we know when we get in trouble, we know we're glad to see these guys. And again, as I keep saying, because it's so true, the men and women who wear the badge, law enforcement, fire department, paramedics, when we get in trouble, this is who we look to. And these guys run into the trouble. Within 10 minutes, they had arrived at that scene. Now, we're sorry this beautiful young mother passed away. That's a terrible tragedy. But those kids are alive today, in some measure, because of what these men and women did. Coming back to you.
Rick, very well said, buddy. And this is just, when we talk about this, we do this every Thursday, this Behind the Badge. I always think too, Rick, you and I had this conversation probably years ago. The fact that when these men and women, whether it's a situation like this with a possible tornado, trees down, or whether it's a shooting or a fire, they are going to the worst circumstances imaginable. When you and I would just be like, I'm going to stay inside. I don't want to go to that. But they do it. It's incredible.
Right. We will be sheltering. That's exactly right. And remember this, because you know we were all observing this. This wasn't an issue where a tornado went through and it was all clear. No. There were more tornadoes coming. In fact, at some point they got word and the trees began, Robbie was telling me, blowing over. They thought that, hey, there may be another tornado coming. They're in the midst of all of that. Thank God for them. We were all sheltering. They weren't.
Yeah, the amount of bravery that they show every single time, especially in those situations.
Yes.
Rick, awesome job today, and thank you so much for showcasing that. And big shout out to everybody for being out today and for being there in that moment.